Guelaguetza, Oaxaca. The Guelaguetza, or Los Lunes del Cerro, is an annual indigenous cultural event in Mexico that takes place in the city of Oaxaca, capital of the state of Oaxaca, and nearby villages. The celebration features traditional costume dancing by gender separate groups. It includes parades of indigenous walking brands, native food, and statewide artisanal crafts such as pre-Hispanic styles textiles. Each costume or traje and dance usually has a local indigenous historical and cultural meaning, while the celebration as attract and the increasing number of the tourists is the primary of one deep cultural importance for the indigenous peoples of the state, and it is important for the survival of these cultures.
Hello, my name is Ricardo Torres Rodriguez, and I'm going to talk about the Rito de los Voladores of Puebla. This ritual is associated with fertility. Fertility is represented by the descent of dancers who symbolize the fall of the rain. In the celebration, accompanied by dances and music, a log or flying stick is used where several pieces are fitted. At the ends of the cross, ropes are placed that hold the flying dancers, symbolizing the cardinal points, north, south, east, and west, plus the corporal that represents the center. If the spectators applaud one of the flares, bend their legs, and touch their feet with their hands, it means that they are doing great the ritual. And this being a very difficult maneuver that can only last a few seconds, on rare occasions some dancers showing great courage dare to launch themselves without any tie at the waist. They make a circle with the lobes so that it does not untie and introduce only one leg. They do it in order to innovate and distinguish themselves from other groups.
I'm going to tell a little about the history of the burning of Judas in Mexico. The traditional burning of Judas in Mexico became one of the many attractions of nationals and foreigners at Easter's. A carbon figure, generally with the figure of the devil, rises in flames to end the religious celebrations present in our society after the arrival of the colonizers to Mexico. But what is the burning of Judas exactly? The burning of Judas in Mexico is one of the traditions of the Catholic religion in which the triumph of God over evil is celebrated. This cardboard figure makes reference to Judas, the man betrayed and gave Jesus in chains of silver coins, who ended up hanging himself in a tree. It is because the story that I named this figure who is born at Easter's. This religious tradition has changed the figure of the devil for one of the Mexican politicians as part of their disagreement in public policies they carry out, like Enrique Peña Nieto, Donald Trump, Felipe Calderón, Vicente Fox, Carlos Salinas, Manuel López Obrador, are just one of the politicians represented as Judas, who ended up as ashes.